Hi there, welcome to Last Week in Nigeria, your hotspot in connecting the dots on all things buzzing in Nigeria. I'm your host Mara, and standing by is the incredible Emmanuel. Hi Emmanuel, can you please spill the tea on the latest political updates? What's shaking in the political arena?
Thank you, Mara.
Hello and welcome to Last Week in Nigeria. My name is Emmanuel Oriowo, and what we do on this program is to bring you about the news making the rounds in the past week from Nigeria, been reported by the national dailies in the country. And I want to begin this way as we look at major stories from the Daily Sun newspaper. We have this one: suspended minister Betta Edu whisked away in security truck, denied access to Tinubu, Aso Rock tag withdrawn. And of course, President directs Finance Minister to conduct diagnostic investigations. EFCC begins grilling immediately. We also have this one from the Daily Times. It's been reported this way: still on EduGate. EduGate, more heads to roll as EFCC quizzes bank chiefs. PDP Atiku calls for stiffer sanctions. Still on EduGate. From the Punch newspaper, Humanitarian Ministry, scandals, EFCC seizes Edu former minister's passport. Bank MDs grilled, suspended minister barred from traveling. From the Guardian newspaper, it puts it this way: EFCC quizzes embattled Edu. That's about the size from the focus of what is happening in the nation. Mera, what's your take on this?
Thank you, Emmanuel. Wow, politics on fire. Fingers crossed that EFCC works its magic with Minister Edu. Now, let's shift gear to the cash talk. What is the latest updates on the economic sector?
For the economy, of course, everyone is interested. Everybody wants to know what's happening with the economy. For the economic stories that we have for you, Daily Independent reports it this way: 2024 budget, expert warns FG over exaggerated assumptions. See foreign loans boosting forex supply soon. How soon? We don't know. The Guardian newspaper still bringing you some economic stories. Nigeria's economy to grow at 3.3% in 2024 with World Bank projects. Daily Independent has this one: CBN sacks MDs and boards of TTB, of Union, Keystone and Polaris banks. Daily Times has this one for you: Emefiele, CBN sacks MDs, boards of 4 banks as Tinubu wields the big stick. Union Bank, Titan Bank, Keystone Bank, Polaris Bank are all affected. Daily Sun puts it this way: FG wrecking Nigeria's economy with huge debt. Is a statement credited to Peter Obi, the former Labour Party presidential candidate. Still on the economy, World Bank projects improvement to Nigerian economy in 2024-2025, says inflation will gradually ease as effects of last year's exchange rates reforms, fuel subsidy removal fades, growth to be driven mainly by agriculture, construction, services, and trade at per capita income will also be restored to pre-pandemic levels by 2025. The New Telegraph has this one: 110 billion naira in debt. FG sacks Kaduna Electrics. Still on the economy, NNPC made 2.5 trillion naira profit in 2022, the highest since 1977 in Nigeria. The Nigerian Tribune reports this: Tinubu slashes entourage for foreign trips, local trips by 60%. President says entourage, not more than 25 officials for local trips, 20 for foreign trips, while the Vice President entourage will have not more than 15 people for foreign trips, and for local trips 5, while the wife of the president, the entourage, will not be more than 10 officials for local trips and 5 for foreign trips. Ministers will only have 4 officials accompanying them anywhere they want to go. What's your take on this, Mera? That's the economic situation as reported last week by national dailies.
Whoa, the economic sector is getting wild. MDs losing gigs, Naira playing hide and seek. When is this economic roller coaster going to end? But let's shift gears to health and lifestyle. Any good vibes there?
Okay, now let me take you through lifestyle stories. As been reported by the national dailies, the Vanguard newspaper reports that CAN leads protests against continued killings in Plateau State. Daily Trust has this one. Bandits return to Kaduna-Abuja highway, abducts 30, block road for 45 minutes. The Daily Time has this one. Labour Minister lobbies ASU to end incessant strikes. The Guardian newspaper. Nigerians want probe expanded to other poverty alleviation schemes. The Matrix. Army confirms arrest of soldier for insulting Sanwo-Olu. The Daily Times brings us this one. No positive outlook for manufacturing in 2024 is the statement credited to MAN, that is the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Still on Last Week in Nigeria, the Daily Trust has this banner headline: security beefed up as Kano, Plateau, 6 other governors know their fate. Over what? Over the Supreme Court judgment after their elections. The Vanguard newspaper reports the Edu Gate this way. APC governors Peter Obi back Tinubu on the probe. The Matrix newspaper has it on the banner headline: Guba poll disputes. It's D-Day. And of course, we heard later that day, after the judgment, which was held in several states, we had that some of the governors got their mandate back restored through the courts, through the instrumentality of the courts. The Daily Struggle brings us this one. CBN appoints new executives for Union, Keystone and Polaris banks. Is on the Daily Struggle. Business Day newspaper. The screaming headline says, Bond rally eludes Nigeria as Forex crisis lingers. The Daily Independent brings us this one. We may stop operating in Nigeria. Who are they saying that? Foreign airlines are warning. And still in the Daily Independent, we have this one. It says, tension in Kaduna, Plateau, 6 other states as Supreme Court gives ruling over the place of each state governors that are affected. News Direct. FG to probe 33 billion naira electricity debt, targets fresh 35 billion naira investment. The Nation newspaper. Anxiety in 7 states as Supreme Court delivers judgment. The Punch newspaper has this one. CBN plans shareholders summit, compiles new directors lists. That's how the Punch newspaper puts it. Mera, looking at our lifestyle headlines from the national dailies, what do you make of all of that?
Whoa, when you think it's getting lighter, we dive into the intensity of the never-ending ASU strike and the heart-wrenching killings and adoptions. When is the resolution? Anyway, moving to the sports and entertainment scene, are there anything interesting?
Let's now look at what the entertainment scene has for us as we bring you this particular one from the Daily Independent, and it's about 2 major artists in the hip-hop scene, and it has to do with the Lagos State government looking into the petition written by Tiwa Savage as she petitions against Davido. 2 stars. You might be wondering what's happening. All right, and just before we go, that's the entertainment gist that I have for you, as reported by our national dailies last week. Okay, for some sporting gist, for sport lovers, of course, we want to bring you what's happening in the sporting world. And the Punch Sports Extra has this one. Super Eagles thrashed Dubai club 12-0. 12-0. That's alarming. And still from the sporting scene, The Guardian brings us this one. AFCON is around the corner, okay? Another big blow for the Super Eagles camp as injury knocks out Boniface. The Vanguard newspaper reports the Sporting Gist still on AFCON. Super Eagles land in Abidjan, ready for the Mundial. The first news brings us this sporting story this way, still on AFCON 2024. Go for the goals, David Mark urges Super Eagles as Super Sports makes a U-turn and now they're set to show all the AFCON matches. And with that sporting story, we've come to the end from my own end here. On behalf of the production team, my name is Emmanuel Oriowo. Over to you now, Mera, as we wrap up on the show. Kindly join me next time for more on Last Week in Nigeria, connecting the dots. And don't forget, you can follow us on all our social media handles on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter, using @LastWeekInNigeria.
Big thanks, Emmanuel, for the scoop.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Mera.
Bravo, Super Eagles. What a stellar victory. Sending good vibes to Boniface. Quick recovery. For more thrilling updates, stay tuned every Sunday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Last Week in Nigeria. Follow us on all social media platforms at Last Week in Nigeria. Until next time, it is your host, Mera, signing out.